And the Emmy goes to Viola Davis, How to Get Away with Murder.
This is the first Emmy win and nomination for Viola Davis, who is a graduate of Juilliard.
In my mind, I see a line. And over that line, I see green fields and lovely flowers and beautiful white women with their arms stretched out to me over that line. But I can't seem to get there no how. I can't seem to get over that line. That was Harriet Tubman in the 1800s. And let me tell you something. The only thing that separates women of color from anyone else is opportunity. You cannot win an Emmy for roles that are simply not there. So here's to all the writers, the awesome people that are Ben Sherwood, Paul Lee, Peter Nowak, Shonda Rhimes, people who have redefined what it means to be beautiful, to be sexy, to be a leading woman, to be black. And to the Taraji P. Hensons, the Kerry Washingtons, the Halle Berrys, the Nicole Beharies, the Megan Goods, to Gabrielle Union, thank you for taking us over that line. Thank you for the Television Academy. Thank you.
Oh, they're all in me. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's now 4 minutes after 2 o'clock. Time for the Steppn Razor. Amber in for the great Mutabaruka. It's an honor. Gonna be with you until 5:45. Muta is in Ghana. You know, he's always globe-trotting. You know, we just get a call and we know, say, yeah, Muta, they're on the road. That's his thing. And we love when him do him thing, you know. So big up to Muta right now and everybody over there on the motherland. Africa, Ghana is where he is. And I'm sure that when he comes back, you'll be hearing all about it. Hour 2 to 3 brought to you by Lime. Flow and Lime, better together.
Two sides to a coin, and one must choose which side they join, you know? Brother man. Yeah. And meanwhile, one man need is another man poison. Mankind will do what they must to survive, innit? Hear me now? In a gunman world, any night in black, he not work. Marrow splatter, the toolbox full. The magazine in the two black foot. And he's watching as the days go by. And he's counting as his peers all die. Sleeping with the rifle across his chest. And so he never gets a good night's rest. And then he's cranky in the morning times. And more victims have to lose their lives. The community at distant world. Sing that I wasn't in a gunman world. In a gunman life, he might not come home from work one night. So every minute matter, ignores advice from his sleeping baby mother and child. That he won't win every game he plays. So she know we'll meet his end one day. Some juvenile will have to earn his stripe and have to take another gunman's life. What if a backstabber names his price? And now ironic if him dead from knife. The amount of bullet where him put bomb boy. Job description, kill and destroy. Now tell me, is it worth it all? If one done rise, then our next must fall. Tell me, is it worth it all? Those sleepless nights and patrol roll call. Tell me, is it worth it all? One child smile while our next one ball. Tell me, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth gunman world, life is so stressful. Back to school time come, cause when a gunman work, if he is successful and the job is well done, then there will be an unsolved crime. If no one to fill out all blank line, John Public of the year and day. Informer get a poof cough quick. Does he get nervous just like you and I? Watching out if the police pass by, cause any day you hear a gunman fail, then it's either dead or jail. What will it cost to make a gunman rich? How many lives before a gunman switch? The truth no wonder you them stop ignore. Say the majority a gunman poor. Boy,
This is on a Damian Marley. Chanting some truth inside of the Steppn Razor. Did I mention I have Neil in studio with me? Well, he's right here. And definitely we're gonna, always here with Muta and now with me. And I'm glad it's him too, you know.
One child smile,
Guys, we're good like that, all right? So we see something that happened recently. It's a very tragic thing that happened. And we see some different stories coming out about it. And it's about the little girl that died, you know. We still don't know how she died in the protest the other day, Akelia Smith. Now, the father of the child has come out with a statement, and we're going to be talking to him later on. But father of 11-year-old Akelia Smith, that's the Prickly Pole primary student who died last Friday, he has come out questioning the move by the school's administrators to allow the child off the compound without his knowledge. Yeah, Daddy has some things to say. And like I said, we're going to be talking to him later. Now, the grade 5 student reportedly took sick en route to a protest in Claremont and died on the way to the hospital. The father, who is Ernest Smith, he has shed some more light on what we've been hearing, you know, on incidents leading up to the day that young Akelia, affectionately called Cindy, passed away. It's so sad and tragic, only 11 years old. He says that his daughter, you know, told him the day before that she wanted some extra money to go on a trip. You know, and we heard already that it was allegedly a field trip that the children were told that they were going on. And there's a lot of things swirling around with this story. So we're going to talk to him. He's also actually, you know, putting aside some comments that were made by the mother and really just giving us a completely different spin on the thing. And also related to the story is that you may have heard that was it just yesterday that Minister of Education Ronald Thwaites has terminated the appointment of Vinette Rob Odman, and she was the chairman of the Prickly Pole Primary School in Claremont, and that was effective yesterday, the 23rd. And I heard a part of the interview with Mrs. Rob where, you know, she says she takes responsibility for bringing out the children, but, you know, some of the things she's been accused of are not true, and so on and so forth. But the Education Ministry is not taking this lightly, and we still haven't got the full story. Now, Minister Thwaites noted that these actions were, her actions were contrary to the high standards of superintendence required for a school board chairman. And in terminating Mrs. Rob Odman's appointment, Minister Thwaites consulted with the National Council on Education, which had formally nominated her as chairman. So, you know, like I said, this is just a really sad event. We really want to send out condolences to the family. And the father, who, when we talk to him later on, you will hear for yourselves, you know, how he feels about this whole thing, losing his daughter under these circumstances. It's sad overall, you know?
is it worth it all? Those sleepless nights and patrol roll call.
Reminding you that we're in the hour 2 to 3, brought to you by Lime.
And child smile.
Flow and Lime, better together.
Left or right, just soldiers are come. Left or right, ooh yeah. Boy. And them say here comes struggle, here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Here comes struggle, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You're not for axes who are the general issue in a warning. Job people them a ball, said them tired of mediocre. Evil a go fall when we tried in Ethiopia. Me leaving from down, cause them life no easy boat. Even Bantan said it's not an easy road. Operation occupy the motherland, calling all soldiers to kind each other along. From creation, he writing a job plan, but chronics can't do it alone. So I'm recruiting soldiers coming from near and far by Jews, executing. Still I see I works and me lost a far right through. And them say here comes trouble, here comes the danger, sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I'm on a start recruit, soldiers for still I see I army. Aye. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger, welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You're not for axes who are the general issue in a warning, boy. Waving the banner red, green and gold. It is such a honor prophecies unfold. Discovered on stones, on trees and scroll. And even in the stories that Jesus told. Rasta youth must inherit the earth. Can't sit down, Jaja send me fi work. Bring the fire in a round, Jaja send me fi purge. But I can't do it alone. Rasta recruiting soldiers coming from near and far, I choose executing. Still I see I works and be lost a far right choose. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger, sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youth. I start recruit soldiers for still I see I army. Ay. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger, welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youth. You're not for axes who are the general.
Yes, that's the son of Chronics. Man said general issuing a warning. And you know, sometimes when trouble is coming, it's not always we get a warning. You know, sometimes we don't get no warning. You know, like this morning, a stampede took place during one of the last rituals of the Hajj season. And that's the annual Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca. And over 700 people have died and 800 injured, and others in Saudi Arabia. This is a lot of people, you know, 700 people dying by stampede. That is, it's amazing, it's tragic, it's bizarre, you know, for people to basically be running over each other and causing such dilemma. Well, the stampede occurred during the ritual known as stoning the devil. So, I don't know, it's like people do give the devil power around here still, you know, because them say, if I know God make you do it, I the devil make you do it. So I wonder if the devil do this. It sounds like something where the devil would do, you know. Kill off 700 people one time just so. Boy, I tell you. And to think that they went there as part of their religious practice, and then for this to happen, stoning the devil. I wonder if they're going to do it next year. Hundreds have been killed in past years during the same ceremony. And it comes only 13 days after a crane collapsed and killed more than 100 people at another major Islamic holy site. No, man. What's the name of that one there? The craning? No, it's not a joke thing, but like seriously, this look deep.
Soldiers coming from near and far by Jews, executing. Still I see I works and be lost a far right through.
What you want to be when you grow up? I wanna be just like you. What you want to do when you grow older? I wanna do the things you do. Hey, just like a sponge, them I soak it up. So be careful of all you expose to them. Your dirty words and your works, them I take it up. You remember them, do what you show to them. I hear you say they use bad, but where them get it, and where them learn it. Now you are good, them they use bad, but where them get it, where them learn it. I who I show them, ayo, all fingers up, ayo.
Children, we are pre. That's the son of Taurus Riley. And, you know, I told you earlier on, we're going to be talking with the father of Akela Smith, young child, 11 years old, who used to go to the Prickly Pole Primary School. And she passed away, unfortunately, on Friday. And we just want to get a feel of how, all of this went down and what the father is going through, what he's feeling. So, good afternoon, Mr. Smith. Welcome to the Steppn Razor.
Good afternoon, Ms. Amber.
Yes, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us. All right, so we get to understand that you have a different view of the situation. We just want you to, first, we know that you must be going through a hard time right now, so condolences to you and your family on losing your little daughter. And then to just take us back to the start, like when she was going to school on Friday, did you think it would be just a regular school day where she goes in, or were you informed that they would be taken off the school compound for any reason?
No, I was just thinking a school day, right? Never really got no trip. We just realized it's a regular school day.
Okay, all right. So for the listeners who are wondering, it's raining where you are, right, Mr. Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, so you thought it was a regular school day. You didn't expect her to be going out on Friday, but did the child come home at any point and say to you that something is being planned for any particular date?
I can't hardly hear it. Can you repeat that for me, please?
Yes, I'm saying that if the child had come home and asked you or told you about a trip being planned or anything being planned at school where she would leave the compound.
Because when she comes from school Monday evening, she told me that when she could leave school, but she never told me where the trip going on. And she never told me what type of trip.
Okay.
So, school just walked up and they now make trip already. You know what about no trip. First of all, so school just walking, go on the trip. You don't have no money, so you have to come there. You get for a trip.
Okay.
That was the trip.
Okay, so you didn't actually come to any agreement with her to be on any trip or outing or anything of that sort. So, all right, at the moment, what we are, or the things that we are finding out concerning her passing was basically that she was on the route to a protest in Claremont and then on the way to the hospital now after she took sick somewhere there. Have you gotten any information from the school or anyone as to what happened, how she got sick in the first place?
I know nobody from the school not called me.
You haven't been called from the school since last Friday?
Nobody from the school called me. When we get the call, one of my sister was in Brownstown. She lives in England and she come down to go and her sister was there last week, Saturday. So she come down to go, so she's in Brownstown. She's the one who called me and let me know that she's sick. And then I come with me in our car to get myself ready to go and go back there. Nobody from the school has told me nothing.
Okay. And you have seen some of what is being said out there and so on. For example, the allegations about her having an asthma attack. Was your daughter asthmatic?
I know. We have seen this from 6 weeks old.
Yes.
To 11 years old. We never have an asthma pump here.
Wow.
We never got a pill the asthma here. So all from 6 weeks old to 11 years old. We have asthma, I don't know about that.
Okay.
The afternoon means that the liver would, we never know about, we never tell me about my asthma or nothing.
And you say she has lived with you since she was 6 weeks to 11 years old.
Right, because she was with me and one, and I come remember them, because when I had a girl with them, like two travel, so two of them I say girls with me, so yeah, some people I say girls with me, so if I am not a chicken, so we need to have them, so I need to make chicken here, so we look like me to have them.
Okay, so it is still, I mean, for a father to lose his daughter and not even hear the real reason how she passed away, what made her sick, and nothing at all, because you weren't there, obviously. You're just hearing after the fact all these things, and you're basically disputing some of the things now by saying, you know, she was an asthmatic, and you haven't gotten any information from the school.
Well, the other day, we were like, I was keeping by the school, so when the child reached the final, so now we really are kids, so we got down there, child to talk, meet the principal, and I know she's not getting any straight from her car. She wants to tell me to like, she turned the kid one at a time and back in her classroom, and eventually she don't know how they reach back up on the road. Like, she wants to send in here for somebody to get them when they realize that she don't want to try to warn that, oh, she reached up on the road. But when her that you don't have to reach, they have a bus to carry to keep them put up on the demonstration. You get to overstand that you don't have to reach on the bus.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, look, you don't have to reach on the bus, and you cannot school, you know what's no politics school.
Right, so it will have to be...
Nobody going to school, you call it, school.
Right, so the children... Your daughter and the children, any children who are alleged to have been on the bus, they weren't or should not have been responsible for themselves leaving the school compound. It should be the school.
Nobody not all, because they need to the one where the parents who come down high school and get them kids because they demonstrate. But yo, if they even expect it that way, he's not there.
Right, and you didn't agree to it?
I didn't agree to it, and nobody never called me and tell me about no trip or nothing.
And they're aware that if anything like that is you and not the mother to have been called. You're her parent and guardian.
Yes, everybody knows that me as well from 6 people. Mother, we were from 6 people and...
Okay.
And even came there when the kids... Whenever happened to me, inside one of the bus, I got on the trip. And people even said to her, Steppn and see people that get them out ever.
Wow. So
I get that to them time when I don't talk.
Well, those would be allegations. So like I said at the start, we are hearing all these different things, but nobody to come concrete and say, okay, this is what happened to the child. And this is what happened to cause her passing. So we just want to say, it's really, really sad. And we're sorry to hear about that. And I don't know if you heard about this, but the person who organized the protest, she actually was removed from her position. That's the chairman. This happened yesterday. And it still seems, even though that happened and we see that the Minister of Education has stepped in to do something, we hope that the matter will be investigated and you can get some answers and some closure on the passing of your child. All right, Mr. Smith?
Okay.
Thank you so much for talking to us. And of course, Ira will be following up on the story. And you take care.
Okay.
Just like a mommy, an inch of daddy, one bust it like him daddy.
Can you imagine sending your child to school and then your child don't even come home? You have to visit your child at the morgue. You find out that your child passed away and you can't even get any answers really as to what happened, because it seems as if no one knows. But someone must know what happened to that child.
Some are fight to run borders. Some fighting for who are give the orders. Alright, no for them your youth are in a desolate places. No hopes, no way out, they going through these faces. Politics, ifs and buts, promises and maybes. And still them have the people on the modern day slavery. I know how to sing about jewels and Mercedes. There's much more than that in life, these days are kinda crazy. Babies having babies, surviving off minimum wages. Tell the youths them stay out of the trouble, no catch no cases. People of all ages, so many different races and so many faces. My life is like a book, I'm scrolling through these pages. Yeah, still a champion give me praises. Alright then, your life might be brighter than mine. Your life may be smooth and refined, but today for you, tomorrow for me. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Yeah. Your street may be paved without obstacles. I'm trying to make ends meet up on trickles. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Sometimes the world revolves in slow-mo. I try to hustle, but the thing that pan and go slow. Feed beg people, me no grow so. Enough hungry mouth the road to feed them, feel the gas pain of them torso. Yeah, enough time to go and tour us for the album promo. These are the things some people don't know. Still I'll never be a no-show. With a smile me take the picture, then the autograph the photo. I'm riding solo, this life is YOLO. Smoking on that JoJo, meditate high, no low. Feeling my flow, your knowledge grow. I see life from a different point of view. Your life might be brighter than mine. Your life may be smooth and refined, but today for you, tomorrow for me. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Me give them where them want, me give them. Me give them where them want, me give them. Them want roots, me give them want culture. Me give them want positivity. Me give them uplifting lyrics. Me give them say peace and love. So me give them substance in the songs when me give them. Yeah, them no one, no trouble. Me no give them no sadness, no sorrow, no problem. But if I'm more music, me I go give them. Big up the elders who pave the way because me see them. Me give them where them want. Me give them. Me give them where them want. Me give them. Me give them where them want. Me give them. Me give them. Trust me, me give them. If I'm money fee buy shop, me nah go give them. But if it's a fear for look a job, me we give them. If I cup cane or if I cut, me nah go give them. But if it's a food fi stop a gap, me we give them.
Business signal inside a Steppn Razor. If anybody dispute that Busy is one of Jamaica's finest, that would just be wrong. 21 minutes now before we get to 3 o'clock. Remember, you're in the hour sponsored by Lime. Flow and Lime, better together.
I know that.
Hey, remember this Saturday, it's all about the Busy 2020 Helping Hands Foundation first annual gala ball. And it's at the Grand Bahia Principe Hotel starting at 7 p.m. And the ticket price, 10,000 Jamaican dollars, of course, towards the very worthy cause of helping the St. Anne's Bay Hospital. Live performances by Christopher Martin, Esco Levi, D Major Ikea, and there's a few more, I'm sure.
I know that. I know that. I know that.
Later on, of course, we're going to give you an opportunity to participate in the program as Muta would. And me have somebody ask me if I'm barefoot. Why they would ask me that? Really? Oh man, me have a nice little sandals that Muta would have liked to, you know, because I'm fancy them thing, you know? It's like when a lady put herself together nice and clean and yeah, Muta that. So we see where the British Prime Minister is coming to Jamaica and it's causing some stir-ups or upstores already. And you know, some stuff that is some credible and interesting things that people are talking about towards this visit, because we just see it all over that he's coming. We don't see why he's coming. You know, normally sometimes these delegates go to different countries, whatever the interest might be, like, you know, Jamaica is still England, baby, in some sort of ways. So yeah, we know they're interested and always interested in Jamaica, but usually when the delegates are going out on their world tour or their trips or whatever, you know, sometimes the agenda, they're going to see this one for this and that, but we don't see any of that. Maybe it's coming later, we don't know, but for now it's just saying that the Prime Minister is going to be visiting. Now, the National Commission on Reparation, that's the NCR, is very interested in this trip that Mr. David Cameron, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom and Northern Ireland, will be coming on. And The reports say that he will be addressing the legislature next Wednesday. So it's not a lot of time for us to find out why he's coming, and I don't really see any stories forthcoming yet on why he's coming or what's the agenda. But anyway, the NCR, they are very interested. So the National Commission on Reparation hopes that the government of Jamaica will take the opportunity to emphasize the country's commitment when this visit comes about. You know, they have been agitating for some time now. And, you know, personally, I just feel like England just stubborn. Because them know say reparation is a thing where it come up and it's never going away. It's like the elephant in the room, and, you know, it's like they basically refuse to address it. So the NCR is hoping that the government will have this on their agenda. Because they want to engage Britain more into this conversation about justice, really, because that's what it is. Some strategies have been set out in motion as well in the CARICOM 10-point action plan, and such strategies include the right to development and repatriation and resettlement of those who want it, those who desire it. Reparation and repatriation is not about taking up everybody from Jamaica and, you know, taking them back over to Africa. It's for the people who want it. And for a lot of people, more than you might think, it's a desire, it's a conscious desire. Some people even want to go to Africa just even on a vacation, but you have some people now who is them goal and them dream to be able to go back there and not just buy a plane ticket and go and come when them feel like, because most of we, if we try buy a plane ticket like I forgot Ghana where Muta gone, I don't know when would I recover financially. So the reparation discussion and the repatriation and resettlement and so on is for those who want it. And on this basis, you know, they really should do something about it, because our ancestors, they were clearly displaced, and we now trapped in a Babylon. Whether Babylon is here in England, the US, Canada, or wherever, it's still not where we are originally from. And it is well known that Britain was primarily responsible for the forced relocation of millions of Africans from their different homelands on the continent. And that was, of course, via the Middle Passage to Jamaica. The people were brutalized. Boy, is a subject where, boy, may I tell you, it's rough. It was so organized and brutal, and so many people lost their lives that I wonder if the figure, or if a figure has been attached to reparation, can they really pay us? Well, whether they can or not, we know they have a lot of nice things taken from Africa, some gold, some diamonds, some, and whole heap of money and things since that. So I think something can be done, and people want something to be done. If it's even the resettlement, repatriation, I would love to be able to go to Africa as a citizen. You know, if you say, yeah, that's where I come from and we can go back. So, yeah, all right. We also have concerning this, Mike Henry, he, you know, is asking his colleagues to shun Cameron if he doesn't talk about reparation. It's something that if the Prime Minister from England going come here, we expect conscious people who understand the thing. And even for the broader, you know, scenario of our ancestors, we getting back something for what happened to them. It really needs to be talked about. So we're going to go to news and sports, and when we come back, we'll tell a little about what Mike Henry is saying.
Problem. But if I'm more music, me I go give them. Big up the elders, we pave the way because we see them.
Opposition spokesperson on education and youth community, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, is calling for Jamaica's young children to be kept out of politics. Senator Johnson-Smith's comments come against the background of the death of young Akila Lewis amidst concerns at the Prickly Pole Primary School in St. Anne. She said that people need to recognize that children should not be involved in protest, whether political or otherwise, and persons, especially school personnel, who participate in this kind of practice should be held accountable. Mr. Johnson-Smith says the police should be permitted to conclude their investigations, as should the Independent Office of the Children's Advocate. The body of an unidentified man, who is believed to be in his late 30s, was found along South Kemp Road, Kingston, yesterday. The body is of dark complexion, slim build, and sports a cornrow hairstyle. It was clad in a pair of blue jean shorts, a black t-shirt, and a pair of brown slippers. Reports from the Central Police are at about 12:05 p.m. Residents heard explosions and summoned the police. The man was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Anyone who can assist the police in identifying the body is being asked to contact the Central Police at 922-5076, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. In news overseas, officials in Saudi Arabia say at least 717 people taking part in the Hajj pilgrimage have been killed in a stampede near the Islamic holy city of Mecca. Another 863 people were injured in the incident at Mina, which occurred as 2 million pilgrims were taking part in the Hajj last major rite. It is the deadliest incident to occur during the pilgrimage in 25 years. King Salman has ordered an urgent review of this year's Hajj plans to improve the level of organization. Finally, Kenya's Independent Police Oversight Body, IPOA, says over 30 police officers in Kenya have been charged with crimes including murder. Since the watchdog was created in 2012, it has received over 3,000 complaints and investigated 900 cases. The IPOA, a civilian body, was formed to monitor the work of the police. The BBC reports that police have criticized the authority, saying civilians should not investigate crimes. Those were the local and international headlines brought to you by Power AutoZone. For the most affordable and reliable auto parts, call us today at 975-5602. Major news is next at 5:45. From the RFM Newsroom, I'm Patrice Walters.
Good
youth nowadays that them say we are talk about man donkey. The man I deal with. Patient man ride donkey. Hey, we're inside of the Steppn Razor Amber in for Mutabaruka, who is in Ghana. This is more than a song. It's like what you call it now, a life lesson. What heap of life lessons? Man, say put your hat where you can't reach it. Yeah, some people, a lot of them have to use to reach for them at in a life. In a boy, me I tell you, it's sticky. Before we took the break, we had mentioned that Mike Henry is also saying that the topic of reparation must come up with the British Prime Minister when he comes here next Wednesday. I don't know if anybody else does. This visit kind of seems sudden. We are here about it now and by next Wednesday I'm there, and as your queen team gone and you're not when coming about. But we are say reparation and repatriation and resettlement, those things, the 3 R's, I saw them for label it. I can trademark it and then pay me, become my intellectual property. The 3 R's. No, but on a serious note, Mike Henry is saying that is something where, unless it come up for the ills of slavery, then, the agenda the Prime Minister have now got really that worthwhile at all. Mike Henry, MP of Central Clarendon, yesterday noted that the Jamaican Parliament has approved a motion for the country to seek reparation from Great Britain. He says, if it's not on the agenda, I will not attend any functions involving the visiting Prime Minister, and I will cry shame on those who do, considering that there was not a dissenting voice in the debate in Parliament, says Henry. While there has been no official word about Cameron's visit, government sources confirmed that the British Prime Minister, as well as Shinzo Abe, the Prime Minister of Japan, will make official visits to the island next week. Wow, we're popular, man. We're at Japan Prime Minister coming here for what? And then now the British one. Well, whatever he's coming here for, people are just saying, okay, look, this idea of reparation and repatriation has been swept under the rug. It has been tossed aside. Them all wet it up with water. You understand? Hold on there. Yes, so Mike Henry, I would just want to say early congratulations on, saying these things, because if the Prime Minister come here, we're hoping that it will be on his agenda, and if it's not, then it's a problem. And I'm sure that it's not just the NCR and Mike Henry. I'm sure the Rasta community in Panda one here too. And I say, yeah, because give thanks for Rasta when it comes to these things. In a little while, we're going to be talking to Burt Samuels, and he's an attorney at law. And we're going to be talking about the 150th anniversary of the Morant Bay War. It changed from rebellion to war because, the definitions have been cleared up and it was a war. All right? And we're going to actually, have him weighing in on this argument concerning the visit of the British Prime Minister. Just so, because some people still probably say, what that? It's a big thing. It involves a lot of things. And reparation is a right, actually, based on the facts of what happened between England and the Africans. Is a fact. So it's not like we're begging, And also, just to note that states that are signatories to the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racism, Discrimination, and who have committed to implementing the UN's International Decade for People of African Descent. No, it's like a slip of the tongue when we say poor, but it goes so still because it's like them just throw African people into poverty because of these things. So we are saying, it's time them give back something. So it says that the International Decade for People of African Descent need to take action to address the contemporary legacies of historical tragedies, as well as make amends through apologies and reparatory justice for all that we have been through. And the Durban Declaration and Program of Action is clear that the transatlantic trade in Africans and chattel enslavement were crimes against humanity and should have been so declared. So we have it in writing, we have people talking about it and so on, but who's doing anything about it? So hopefully somebody will get to ask the British Prime Minister that when he comes here next Wednesday. Burt Samuels, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes.
Good work. Keep up your good work. Yeah.
Thank you, and thank you so much for joining us. Now, really, we have to talk to you about the 150th anniversary of the Morant Bay War, but I'm on this topic of reparation and repatriation, and I know it is something dear to you, right?
Yeah, it certainly is. Yes.
Yes. So, you see the reports that the Prime Minister is coming. I know you're a member of the NCR. How you feel about that?
Well, it's timely. We want him here, but for the purpose of dialogue, for the purpose of coming to the table to discuss, about reparation. You must remember that all Parliament has passed a resolution, which was, put forward on the table by Mr. Mike Henry, that we are committed to and we intend to meet with the British to discuss and demand reparation for slavery. So it is something that has been passed by the very Parliament he's going to address. Now, if he knows this, then there's some respect to be shown both by him and some obligation by us to raise that issue with him.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're kind of cut out there. You're hearing me?
I'm hearing you clearly.
All right. Yeah, so
I'm sorry.
Yes. So you're saying that really is something that the Parliament should bring up?
Yes, Parliament should bring up. Addressing the Parliament is a formal setting, but when he's met with, there should be with him the issue of respectfully to address our Parliament and leave. This would be our behavior in allowing that would be as if we were still a country.
Some good old Jamaican vintage music in the Steppn Razor. Want to big up to all our listeners at IRIFM.net, listening around the world. Back to talking to Burt Samuels, it's just, I don't know if I should call it ironic that, these people, they have all these things in writing. They say it has been declared as a crime or crimes, that England is guilty of crimes against humanity. And it should have been declared long ago. So now that it has been declared, what has been done? I don't know if them think it make we feel better that them write it down on a piece of paper and say, oh yes, we did that. Sorry. I wonder if they feel that's enough. All right, so welcome back to the phone line, Mr. Burt Samuels. You there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. We had some difficulty there, yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. So I was just saying to the listeners that it seems as if, the countries which are guilty of these crimes against humanity, who are dragging their feet to deal with the reparation and the repatriation and resettlement, if they think that, now that it is being said and written that it's crimes against humanity, that's enough. Because for me, the discussion should be way more advanced than it is. Would you agree?
I agree. Do you remember, though, that the British were responsible for our school curriculum, and they made sure not to give us the correct history. For example, they paid £27 million to the planters in the Caribbean as compensation when slavery was abolished. Yes. And let me just tell you, there's an add-on that a lot of people don't know about. It's not really 27 million. In 1834, slavery ought to have ended. But they lobbied the British government and said, give us 4 more years of slavery, which they give this name, apprenticeship system.
Yes.
They got 4 extra years. So we, the Africans, had to work 4 more years to add on another 20 million, making it a total of 47 million pounds paid to the farmers. If you translate that into today's currency, it's virtually billions of pounds
so
that were paid to the farmers.
Planters were paid by England for the atrocities which they committed.
Do you believe that? And we paid for it with 4 extra years, add-on years.
No, man.
They lobbied the British government. So that the day after slavery, there was 100% abolition of slavery, 100% unemployment, total deprivation.
Of course.
And that has haunted us.
Of course.
We started with nothing.
Nothing
and a lot
organized.
That's right. And a lot of people are explaining our poverty that we're lazy.
No.
Do you believe that? They have turned back to try to make us feel that it's because we're lazy why Jamaica is so poor.
But
it's because we are violent why we have so many ghettos.
Lazy people are everywhere and ghettos are everywhere.
Yes, and when we speak with the African tongue influence on English, they say that we're talking bad. You know, they have deprived us of all our culture and dignity and pride.
Right.
And that is what we need justice for. So this visit of the Prime Minister of England, do you know that his granduncle is traced right back to the owning of slaves?
I don't
The Prime Minister of England coming to Jamaica. His family owned slaves.
So you think he should be answering?
So he has a direct, he's a direct beneficiary of our sweat, blood and tears, and his government is the beneficiary of 300 years of labor.
Boy, I tell you, it's something that every time it comes up, and I guess they were hoping it would only come up February when them give it a little 1 month and say Black History Month. But it's such a big part of humanity, this thing that happened to Africans.
Let me tell you something that we have discovered in the National Commission on Reparation. Public education is very important, but because you won't believe that among our people there is still this brainwashing that we should leave it alone, that we should not bring up the issue, and we should just go forward. The Jews have never treated their suffering in that way. They are not leaving it alone. They have built monuments, they have museums, and they are looking compensation and have received compensation for their 6 years. What of 300 years?
Exactly. But as you said, it all goes back to the ignorance and the fact that they made sure that the education was actually miseducation.
Yes.
The information
so that we have been educated to feel that the British brought us into civilization.
Right.
That is the kind of education that a lot of us have lapped up. Thank God for slavery, because we came out of the dark continent into the civilization.
Oh, man.
That's what people think. Because they don't realize that Egypt is in Africa, and that is the birth of civilization.
And did you see about 2 weeks ago, Burt, that they're still finding fossils of Africans which they had never heard about before, which are years.
Oh, in South Africa there's a recent discovery. So all of that, once we have public education, people realize that we are people of dignity, we're people of royalty, and we were enslaved. It's not because we wanted to be slaves.
Right.
So the British government owes us to come to the table and discuss with us so that we can tell them what it is that we are demanding. Because they have started out with reparations. They have paid reparations to the planters. They know what reparations is about. They just left us off the table.
Exactly, because if they did it for the planters, this is my view, Burt.
Yes.
When they did it for the planters and they were lobbied and they agreed to the additional 4 years with the apprenticeship system, right? Yes. After that now, when they know that the slaves and all our ancestors who were brought here by them would just be left here, that is when they should have also prepared our reparation, because them look after for the planters, them give them the 4 years.
Yes,
in that 4 years, I mean, if them did have any conscience, which we know they don't, then them would have said, all right, we need to organize something and structure something for these people. But I guess it all goes back to the fact that these Europeans didn't really look at us like equal to them human beings.
But don't you agree with me that the blood of our ancestors, the people who worked in slavery, don't you think we're letting them down if we allow the Prime Minister to come here in 2015 and keep our mouths shut?
Well, all right. So it is the hope then that the Prime Minister will raise this issue? Is that the hope?
No, well, we are going to raise it. We're not going to wait until he raises it. We should make our voices be heard. And, in England, if you are the politics, people go to tax for less than this in the world, in the civilized world, don't they?
Of course.
They placard people. So we should know what to do. We need to convey that message.
By the way, just to remind you also, Burt, that whenever the political campaigns come up, droves of people go out.
Oh, yes.
So let us see what
rallying around issues which are not as important as this issue. Trust me. This is suffering, we owe it to them. But what about the Morant Bay War? Because I have another 3 minutes with you.
Yeah, well, actually, we're going to go into that. So we're hoping, let us just wrap up on that. We're hoping that, well, not only your organization or the one you're a part of, anybody who understands what it means to be African, and the fact that whether you live in Jamaica, Barbados, Bermuda, wherever, that is where your blood runs back to. Will understand.
And I encourage all the students who are listening to you and the teachers to just go back in the history books and show the children of Jamaica that the planters got £27 million and we haven't yet been paid. That's how the history must be taught. Right. We are not yet paid. That's how we should teach it.
Right, because the idea of reparation, as you say, a lot of people don't even know what it is, are not interested. So if they had done it for the planters, we are yet to be paid. Yes, Mr. Samuels.
Yes.
All right, so let's now get to the should we use the word meat in Muta show? The meat of the matter. The herbs of the matter. All right, that's all better. The 150th anniversary of the Morant Bay War. Now, this is something that Iris definitely involved in, and the theme is Trail of Blood and Tears, tribute to the martyrs of the 1865 Morant Bay War. Some of these martyrs we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
Tell us what's going on with this.
Well, remember now that it is one of the greatest uprisings in the British Empire.
Yes.
In the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th century. That's what it ranks as. That's the importance of it. The British were fearful that we would have gone the way of Haiti, and they crushed the uprising because they didn't want it to go the Haiti route. Can you imagine if it was widespread, we would have had a Jamaica which was independent from 1865. That would have been so great.
Yes.
But, they crushed that uprising. Remember Bogle had tried peaceful means, and Governor E wouldn't even listen to him. He walked in vain from Stony Gut down to Spanish Town.
Right.
And they shut the doors on him. And people need to know what was happening then.
Yes.
What was happening then is that the justice system was corrupt. The magistrates who tried the people and the planters were friends.
Right.
And therefore, this case about someone trespassing on a plantation which was already not even being used, it led to the persons protesting at the courthouse against it, and the whole thing erupted.
Right.
So that's what we are going to be dealing with. And you may have heard that someone came up with the fantastic idea, not myself, of putting Governor Ear on trial. He should have been tried. He wasn't. And therefore, we have envisioned what we call a revolutionary court, putting that governor who was like the Prime Minister of Jamaica in 1865. He's the one who declared martial law wrongly, illegally, made it spread even into Kingston and St. Andrew, where he grabbed William Gordon, brought him and tried him and hanged him. So we are going to put Governor Ear on trial. The script has been written, and it's going to happen on Sunday, the 25th of October in the Morant Bay Courthouse, the new Morant Bay Courthouse.
Okay.
History all over again. And my view is that, if you go to St. Thomas, there are still relatives of people who were killed. There are Boglites. There are people who were killed. Their families are there. They have never had closure.
Right.
Because there was a commission of inquiry similar to the Tivoli Commission. But you realize it was all just not on the people's side.
Of course. Just like the one going on right now.
Right. If you read the clippings in Jamaican paper at that time, and many people, accused here of mass murder. And in England, interestingly, there were protests over there as to how he handled the whole thing.
Right.
But of course, he had people who celebrated with him because he saved the colony. So the people are putting Governor here on trial on the 26th of October in Morant Bay this year.
All right. So there's also going to be a march, right? Reenacting the original march.
Yes, it is going to be a march, and that is coming up ahead of the trial. Because you remember now, that walk that Paul Bogle walked, there's always been annually a rehashing to keep the history alive. Because, it's so easy for us to turn backs on our own history. And this is a way of bringing back the history to the people so that we'll use it to learn the lessons moving forward.
All right, tell us now about the panel discussion. This is something that is interesting for me because, as you pointed out earlier, a lot of what we are being taught in the schools and so are not the right, we're not getting the right stories.
That's it. Remember now, the history that is written was always the history when England ruled the race.
Yes.
And we have always treated England as the great colony. Now we have scholars from our own university in the West Indies. Professor Shepherd, Hutton has been rewriting the history along the lines of truth. And it's now been unveiled to show that those who committed those wrongs, those massacres, and the Morant Bay Rebellion is part of the reparations movement.
Yes.
The British government need to pay for those lives. Over 300 people were killed, hanged, shot by the British government during this. I think 27 whites were killed, and there are 300 odd African Jamaicans were slaughtered. The court martial meant that their people were tried by military people. It wasn't a trial by jury. No one was allowed in. It was in camera, and that was justice turned on its head.
Of course.
And therefore, we need, for closure's sake, to expose what Governor Irrita did to Jamaica in wrongly declaring martial law. It was declared longer than it ought to have been, and he allowed it to stretch beyond the boundaries of it. And therefore, that's what we're going to reenact and have the people. So it's going to be a public education event. It's going to be an event to create closure. In other words, it is to do what ought to have been done.
Right.
That is what it's about.
Do you see the information going out to students, let's say, for example, on things like this important event, the Morant Bay War, and a lot of other things in our history, ever finding their place, their rightful place within the education of our children?
Well, listen to me. I believe Marcus Garvey tells you, a generation is going to rise up, and make the wrongs right. And I believe in our people. I believe that the university, the colleges that we have, there is a resurgence of the need for the truth. And as soon as the Bucky Master mentality comes out of us, where we are afraid to point fingers at those who have committed these atrocities, then we will be able to set it. And the Jews have been able to make sure that they hunt down every German soldier. Even if they run into Argentina, they've gone down there and we brought them back. So we are bringing back here, just like how they bring down the war crimes against the Jewish people, go down in Brazil, go down in Argentina. We've brought him to justice, and we're going to try him on the 20th.
All right. Well, it's more than just a drama we want, especially
No, it's not a drama. It's public education. And it's
public
serious,
education, very serious, and we want to encourage the young people who, some of them, it's unfortunate, Mr. Samuels, that at this time, we're still having to go back to move forward, because we should really be educating our children. The grandparents should be educating the grandchildren about the real things that happen. But unfortunately, even our parents and grandparents were taught the wrong things.
That's so
true. We give thanks.
I'm sorry, I really can't stay much longer with you, but I know, as I say, the retrial, it's It has a lot of historical content, so it's not just a drama, it's public education, and it is closure, as I've said, for the people of St. Thomas and for the people of Jamaica.
Yes. All right. Just remind them of the date again.
It's Sunday the 25th at Morant Day, and the trial will start court time early that morning. We will give you the further details, and your station, Cabo has been pushing it. The details will come mainly through your station.
Yes. All right.
Okay. You take care.
Yes. Thank you so much.
All
right, that was Mr. Burt Samuels, attorney at law and member of the NCR. So, of course, the Africa Forum, Running African, will be broadcasting live from St. Thomas on October 11, when they'll have the march from Stony Gut to Morant Bay Square, and then the panel discussion and the calling of the names of the martyrs. And then on the 25th now, the reenactment that you just heard Mr. Samuels describe as public education. And that's a reenactment of the trial of Governor Eyre at the Morant Bay Courthouse. It's now 23 minutes before we get to 4 p.m. right here inside a Steppn Razor. And we have a call online. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, Miss Amber.
Yes. Who is this? Vice on.
I'm enjoying your program with your nice voice.
Thank you. It sounds like Neil.
Hello?
Neil. It's Mr. Davidson Manchester, right?
You're right, Miss Amber, you're right.
So what's going on? You hear our
discussion?
discussion?
I'm giving God thanks and praise. You know, when I used to speak about Steppn the leather. You remember that part you talk about the leather?
Mm-hmm.
I was just going up on the leather in Archie Street, you know.
Really? But you're all right, though?
Yes, but all right now, man. From here, enjoying your program.
Okay.
And listen to the new Mutabaruka.
No, I know the new Muta. But,
what?
Well, you could say I'm just stepping in for him.
I know. I just said that. I know that. I know that, and a lot of my friends are called.
Yes.
Some by my friend in front of the welfare care shop them, and some nice police friend are call and say, "Mr. working today."
Yes, man. We love motor, so you know we have to come and do it. See?
Yes, because you know I get called as far as Westmoreland, a corporal them by the name of Corporal Rush. And the Council McGregor, them tune into you at this time, you know, and them tell me. And all man will one call me and tell me
yes,
to.
Man, big them up.
Boots and Campbell.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So we love the program, you miss?
Thank you, and big up to all the police
I want to bless up Irie,
yes.
#1 station.
All right.
The world along with Charles Margaret.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Thank you, Mama.
Yeah,
Thank
man,
you,
bless up. All right. No, what are we at Ted Bossy Grieve? Oh, Muta no there today and I'm birthday. Me there, Ted, and me there. Mm-hmm. Tribal war, you don't know what want the people them done with that. And when we say tribal war, you know all forms of war when it come to war going in Jamaica. All right, welcome, Steppn Razor.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm all right. Who's this?
Irie Mama.
Irie Mama, you're not left out Irie, not true?
Oh, Irie, Mr.
So what's going on?
That's a thing. I call you for congratulations on the wonderful job you do for Muta. I love the selection.
It's my honor. Me and Neil there.
Big up Neil. Neil always a big up Neil, man.
Yes.
And say, Mohammed Neil knows, say, I get up 5 o'clock a Saturday morning time for go market. Please not be sleeping on my bed now, Neil.
All right, him hear you, man, loud and clear. All
so
right.
Keep up the selection. I love it.
Yeah, man, thank you very much.
All right,
big up
cool.
yourself. See the people them gearing up and some people hyping up about upcoming elections, and we play them tune and just remind the people them that at the end of the day, yes, when that is over, we still have Jamaica to deal with. All right, so just remember that whether you're on that side of the fence or that side of the fence, it not really matter where it's time, you know. I feel like the younger people them start to kind of wise up some more, but you still have some families who groom them family members to become dieted this or dieted that. Well, only one thing me say when me could be a dieted in is a dieted Jamaican. So we want to put that out to the people then from now that, you know, when the announcement make for the date and the time come and so on, and go out and exercise in the rights, in the right way. Yeah, and don't violate each other, because at the end of the day, we all have to just stand as Jamaicans. That's the best thing. The people them over in Kingston and a whole heap of side of St. Andrew suffering right now with this water thing though. You know, Muta has been talking about it for some time now. It's something that the National Water Commission is dealing with, but it's even getting harder on the people in the corporate area dealing with this water thing. And as them saying, water is life, so that is something serious. We'll soon talk about that. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to the Steppn Razor.
Afternoon, Amber. Big up, man. I like the reason that take place.
All right. Nice.
Big up DJ Neil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, this reparation thing,
yes.
I love the reasoning. Mm-hmm. Trust me. And a lot of people feel understand, say, there's a certain set of people who say we need to look past that, you know, we need to stop looking at the past.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need to move on with the life and thing. But still, people need to understand, say, the British government get rich off of the Jamaican slaves them.
Mm-hmm.
And then after them abolish slavery, they thought it was so unfair to the slave master. Them compensate them.
Pay them.
Yeah, them give them money for the slaves them or them lose. But them never think about the slaves them who them did abuse and exploit.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, you know, Amber, the slavery built the foundation of what is now modern day Britain.
Yes.
Yeah, man, slavery build them up, man. So while them a tear down Jamaica, them a build up England and other countries in Europe.
Yes, yes.
And these riches now are sent over to Europe, while Jamaica was left, after slavery, you know, Jamaica was left on its face.
Of course.
Yeah, man, so more people understand, and nobody take that school of thought. They will say, we're lazy and we are look for handout and reparation and these things, because it's only justice.
Exactly. And the plantation owners who they paid reparation to never even asked them for no reparation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
They felt it was their duty to give them the money because they saw losing the slaves as losing their livelihood. You understand?
Exactly.
So they would have nothing to make money off again. So them say, all right, just hold this then. So the people them know where them bring from Africa just left, as you say, on their faces. We had no organized society. We had nothing. We had basically just people fighting against the system. And so many years later, we still have the same thing going right now. The Prime Minister of England coming. It is like Jamaica is still, as me call it earlier in the program, one of the queen babies.
Yes, man, we're still there under the heel of the slave master. It's just that we're not physically chained, but we're still mentally and we're still financially chained. Now let me tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
You see, after slavery, the slaves leave illiterate first of all because they couldn't read nor write.
Right.
Them poor, them landless, them homeless. They never have anything.
Mm-hmm.
How do you build a society on that? After you extract all of the riches and send it to another country, how do you build a stable society on 90% illiteracy, 90% poverty, 90% of the people don't have a home, 90% of the people don't have a piece of land to live on, 90% of the people were ignorant, backward people, and they were made so by the people who took the resources and exploited it and exported it to their country.
Of course, and even we were robbed of everything, but even just think about this, we were robbed of even having our own minds.
Exactly.
Because that is where they really start to really inject themselves into us now, you know, by making sure that whatever it is they want us to learn and grow to understand is what we would get. We never know not about Africa or where we come from and the different tribes and the traditions and where we fit in and all of that. So we were just like thrown out, you know.
Exactly, we were thrown out with nothing, basically nothing at all.
It's like to me, a lot of the people that you refer to who, you know, think of it as, oh, we need to forget that and look past that and whatever. I feel bad for some of those people still because the ignorance is so high. Nobody never teach them. Nobody never tell them. Maybe Muta and a few other people. I got to tell them and say, look, this thing here is real and what them do is illegal and we forget compensate this way, that way and that way.
Exactly, and I want people to stop saying it. Stop saying that we're lazy and with this and with that. Remember, you know, Jamaican slaves them at them build England. They were not lazy. Right. They were the heart and the soul out to build other people.
But if we were lazy, how would they take us to do the work? Remember, they didn't do any work, you know. So it's just a thing, brethren, where, you know, people need to wise up, learn some more about themselves, where they might come from, and what the word reparation and repatriation mean. Because guess what? That's the next thing, you know, my brethren. I feel like people are mixing up reparation and repatriation. And repatriation is really if you want to go back. But the reparation now is like putting something in the kit. If you say, at this we owe the people them and we pay them so them can at least stable up themselves after so many years.
Exactly. After you leave the people on them face with nothing at all, not even a home you don't leave the people them with. And then they all say, oh, you know, you should build a stable nation.
Wicked man.
With what? What do you build it with?
Wicked act.
After you destroy the people and family. Remember, you know, slaves couldn't have a family, you know. As a man, your job to as many women as you can. You could have a family or anything like that.
Them from them wife and them children and
exactly. And you were trained now that the way you deal with problems is you beat people, you abuse people. That's how Jamaican slaves were cultured. So many of the people who grew up with their parents beating them and whipping them and abusing them is what they learn.
Is what them learn.
And now we have a violent society with crime and violence so high and corruption. You wonder where it comes from. It comes from there.
Right there. All right. Thank you so much. Love the comments. Big up yourself.
Big up, Amber. Big up.
All right. We have another caller. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Steppn Razor.
Afternoon, Amber. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing good. How are you?
I am not too good, but in a sense, calling from St. Thomas.
Okay, what's going on?
All right, I have a little problem, right? I have a sister that works with us, going home last night, right? And she's advancing pregnancy.
Yes.
Where she met in an accident, right? She alone going home and somebody sideswipe her, so you know she met in an accident and got a hit in her stomach by the steering wheel.
Wow.
No, we take her to Princess Margaret, right?
Yeah.
Go to Princess Margaret now and we are there for like 45 minutes, nobody to attend to her.
And
right?
that's an emergency.
All right. Emergency, all right. No, what's happened now? A nurse come by and asked her what happened and asked her if she in a delivery. She said no, she met in an accident and the person was like, oh, okay, and walk away. All right. 15 minutes later, the doctor come and he asked the same question, what the problem? First thing he asked, where she go to clinic? So she said Jubilee, because fear pregnancy is in that stage where she have to go Jubilee, right?
Yeah.
The doctor turned to her and said, him can't deal that right now, walk away. You understand?
All right, hold on. I want you continue to tell me what happened. Just not call nobody name and then if you write down
we're not going to call name. We're not going to call name.
Right.
You know the doctor, but we're not going to call name.
So you say you wait 45 minutes and then 15 more minutes time the doctor come. Was she in pain?
Yes, man, she was in pain because, as I said to you, the steering wheel is in her stomach.
Yeah.
Right? And she's in advanced stage.
Yes.
Right?
Wow.
So she was in pain. But you know the reason why I am this disgruntled about this whole thing? Because it's the same thing happened to my wife already, right?
Yeah.
She's in advanced stage. We go to Princess Margaret. No, not because she registered Jubilee, meaning say
you can't get attention. Exactly.
Exactly. That is it. Because I am saying, if we are close to this hospital and she needs medical assistance, you can't tell me if I drive all the way to Kingston, you know.
Boy, Bridget,
right?
I don't even know what to say. When it comes to Jamaica and healthcare, all I can do is weep in my heart for my people them and myself.
It's crazy. I tell you, it's crazy. And no, this is we are talking now. She's in the hospital, see me, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know what I treat her because I'm not here for money because I'm there. But I tell you, we can't. So we are citizens of this country, and then eventually it's like you want denial.
Wow.
You know, the thing is, we can't. You need to ask them how we can drive all the way from St. Thomas Park and Hospital here to go Kingston.
Foolishness that, brethren. Doctor's supposed to look after the lady. At least
that is what I'm saying.
That means if she need to transfer to somewhere else, they can tell her, well, we can't deal with the problem here.
There
so
you go.
yeah, forgot this.
There you go.
Boy, I mean, I know them just left the people them.
No, you see the thing is we are talking about Marty and the rebellion.
Yeah.
And I'm feel so good that we hear a little thing go on now and then this go up now. I mean, I tell you, man, I am disgruntled, man.
Them fi do better, man. All right.
More than better.
All right. Hush here.
Big up yourself, you know, but more the Minister of the health department or whatever deal with this, you know, because I tell you, and I heard.
A whole heap of things they have to deal with, you know. We're going to talk about the nurses later on. So just big up yourself, see?
All right, but take it easy.
Yeah. I want to take time out to give a very special big up to Muta. I wonder if he might pass me. I wonder if you pass me, Muta. Me get her A+. Wagwan. If we follow some of them listening, I remember me tell you lawsuit like crazy, and we don't have the money for check the lawsuit either, so we are begging to allow me phone here. So as I was saying about the water and the corporate area, I'm sure some people in the corporate area would have more than happy right now for put up some sort of catchment system if it was raining. But it's not raining in a lot of places, and it's becoming even stricter. As a matter of fact, right now, the NWC says communities served by the Hope and Mona treatment plants will now be getting water only 2 times a week because of the persistent drought. Why that hard? Welcome to the Steppn Racer. Good afternoon.
Greetings.
Yes, man. What's up?
How going on, boy?
Me there, man. You good?
Everything good?
Nice.
Yeah, man. I hear you.
All right.
So good on the radio, you know?
Thank you. And what you think about...
the female motor.
And we are say, no, motor, yeah, listen. Me I wear shoes, though. Me have some nice slippers. Me say motor would have loved them.
I don't like you again with the barefoot.
Not true, because you don't know the foot park already with the barefoot.
I put on 5 slippers like Rajas.
Motor can manage it, you know, but all me know...
Motor, alright. Yeah. Motor the general, you know. When you say we not can't lick down barefoot, you know. Motor revolution. Nice barefoot.
That's true. We love that and we love motor. Yeah. So where you calling from?
Yes, I call from Lynch today. I'm an artist who used to play one long time. Used to hear you play my song a long time.
What's in it?
Yeah, man, my name Prosperous, man. Want you give me some justice.
Okay,
please.
All right. Well, we hope to get some justice with the reparation too. So
we are talking about that. Yeah, man, we are talking about that. We need that, but you don't know. We have to strong up.
All right.
Yes. If we're not strong, we don't have nothing to do. We are going to see things that pass with. We have to know how to strengthen one another and give one another strength so we can. When we see all things like when all the reparation, something come up now, if you have strong people to jump out to say, yes, you hear me? And this we do and this we do and this we do. We can't be a weak people around, you know, uneducated people and people not no money around, you know.
Well, you see, the uneducated now, that's a big deal right now because...
That's big problem, you know, because really right now when you look, you know, and she say, not even We don't even hear people at enough things that we deal with, enough things that if we talk, we not going to stop talk.
True, man.
The amount of thing we do for look on. Last night, I tell Roger, say, watch out. You know, sir, we have an X in our flag.
Of course.
And you know, sir, that X there, it's not normal. It speaks volume. The X we in our flag, it speaks volume. We are mark out ourselves.
Well, anything we are X. Anything we are X, you don't know.
Wrong. When we are going to school, we get a ticky for right and an X for wrong. And we see a big X, the biggest symbol in our flag. And the brightest symbol in our flag are the big yellow X.
No, you know, sir, Neil just a pre though.
Yeah, because Neil did it with Roger last night.
No, he never did here last night. But we are pre and we believe you because we know the X.
Yes, Neil. I show big up to DJ Neil, cash flow Neil. I rate it from TV deal. But
good duty, no, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I rate it, Neil. I rate it from your little youth. I watch up on TV, I do the thing. Big up yourself, man.
Yeah, man.
Loud and proud, IRFM to the world. But you hear me, the X then at the flag, we need to watch it and see where the X are for.
Well, we don't see so them don't mark it X
Jamaica. We have GLP, JAILP, and PNP, PAINP. What we are doing JLP and PNP.
No, sir.
Them are jail we and a pain we.
Oh, God, man.
Yeah, them are jail we and a pain we. If they did really mean when they good, I am Sister Amber. Them would have come together. You have a manifesto, me have a manifesto. Where we are still where so we will come together with our manifestos for the betterment of the people.
Well, them say a democracy and the people them for voting the government. So that the kind of system we're under right now. But is it working for Jamaica? I don't think so. Big up yourself.
The system have to change.
Yes.
The system have to change.
All
we have
right.
a thing when you constitution in a parliament. We don't know where that come from. We need to kick with that.
All right. Big
and
up
get
yourself.
our thing together.
Yeah, man.
So big up yourself, you know, Amber. Search for my song. I'm feeling good in myself. Boss it for me now, man.
All right. Be search for you.
All right. Big up yourself.
You see, that's why I tell Samantha don't call me DJ Amber when me do Muta program. Just call me Amber. All right? Because you don't know you see how the thing go already. Carla, welcome to the Steppn Razor. Good afternoon. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
All right. Greetings, Amber. I like how you're going.
Thank you. So what's up?
Well, nothing that you were called earlier about the water catchment. Him start off good, but then we realize him something not too right because when him go say all them people are good leader and all these things. I don't understand that.
Well, we just allow him to express himself and give opinion. So what you ask about that now?
You see the men that come from England now. Them need to pay back some money, you know, and I need to put that forward to them.
Yeah.
You understand? Because the agenda where them are come on is to come grill up the other part where Putus they come deal with already. In terms of this legalizing these behavior where them want to put forward, so well, at them they give it the line at the first place, say it wrong, you know.
Right. Yeah, we understand you. Just keep it like that, see?
Right.
I know we're not too
at them give it the line at the first place, say it wrong.
Right.
And now them a pressure we say if we not change the law, them nah
this and them nah and that.
So him a come now for grill up the part there.
So you feel so that's a part of the agenda where I come because
yes,
we,
man,
as me say,
a part of the agenda.
As me say earlier, still seeing we see say I come, but no agenda. We don't know why I'm really a come about, and we know this thing work.
When the big man they go have private meeting with the bigger man, we don't know what them talk about. That was a part of the agenda.
And we probably not even go here for right now until when them ready to enforce it.
That's why you see. That's why you see them in an election mood now because them want to win back the election before them bust it. Because if them bust it before election, them are lose.
Boy, me I tell you a whole heap of things, brethren. Right now, me don't know how none of them can win in that first place.
Just looking at the levels. Them know the agenda where them have to push you and the time I come up for them push through that agenda. But them have to run the election before them put through the agenda there.
Yeah.
That's why you hear them in an early mode, I run early election and all these things and I get the people them. And the thing we don't understand now, when them keep this big party, because I don't see them...
A party, for real. For real.
Them big party. And them exploit the music and them exploit with talk and with expression.
And your mind too.
And the mind. And then them put some people in the crowd with some big cow and blow these on. Can you imagine you stand up in a meeting and listen to a leader that tell you something for benefit your country, and a man there behind you with a big horn and blowing in your ears? You know, you're not going on, you know?
That's a part of the confusion.
That's a part of the confusion.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people that were in the audience, them not hearing nothing where they must stay up on stage.
But even without the hand, them, most of them not hear nothing because them is just one way like donkey where have on two blinders, where them just say, my party this and I eat me a work with.
Then this politician cannot come on stage and tell you about me or chicken or now make you know.
Oh God.
I mean
all them disrespect that what them a do.
All them disrespect that. I mean, you see, right now we need to pass the stage where we have blame politicians and start blame the self.
Real talk.
Because, like Muta always say, if the people lead, the politicians them have to follow.
Yes, but we haven't been doing that, and it is so sad. You know, even last week I just mentioned that the last time them have a election, seeing the electorate was not 100% of who can vote, or even 50%. It was like maybe 40%.
Right.
But that should have tell them, say them not do a good job, because if you have 2 million people register for vote and only 100,000 of them a vote, and you real up, say Ray, you get. I mean, what that mean really?
You see, why it no matter to them? Because the few who are going to vote, them can buy them out to them bun trees and ray. And the people them don't vote for issues and what concern them and what gonna better their life. Them vote for party.
A true man. That's a big problem.
It's not the voters of the country who elect the Prime Minister.
Mm-hmm.
We don't go elect a party and
right.
the party elect the Prime Minister.
Yeah,
so
for real.
we don't vote for our own good. We just vote because we love party and we're born in another area. So we are this and we are that.
You know what? I have never voted and I wonder when I go and see a party in Jamaica that deserves my vote. Thank you, your brethren.
Respect.
All right. People them still a move sideways, you know. Them still not really open them eye. I don't know, them need some ice water or something. Let's take this one before we go to the break. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Samba.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my calling about today about the Prime Minister that coming from London.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The thing that I would like Jamaica government, the question I'd like them to ask, why they have to deport all these Jamaicans back here? Why they can't keep them over there?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I mean? And the government needs to stand up for that, because you have certain parts in Africa where that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's either you have to pay for them to come back or you keep them.
And rehabilitate them. Because really and truly, this deportee thing, when a man come back to Jamaica, which maybe never even ever been to Jamaica, you know, when him come now into this society, you're throwing that society into disarray with these large numbers of people. So we understand your point of view and where you're coming
so
from.
So you're ending up having a lot of that person that come, for instance, there 18, 20 years and come back here.
Mm-hmm.
And go to them work to find half a tree.
All right, hold on,
and somebody carry. You understand what I mean?
Hold on, my brother. All right, so we're brethren, hang up. Hopefully him can call back. You know, get him point of view in the Steppn racer. All right. 18 minutes after 4, we have music news coming up at 4:30. All right.
Up in
So we come back inside the Steppn Razor and we go straight into another phone call. Good afternoon, welcome.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, Amber.
Yeah, man.
Big up yourself, man.
Thank you.
Why, right now, Muta, come back.
Look here, Muta, listening up, him they are Ghana.
Yeah, me, because Ghana.
Of course, him coming back. Next week, him there, man.
Yeah, next week. Why, anyway, them pushing out, the angle, your things, Amber.
Thanks, thank you.
Yeah, man, anyway, them put you, man. Anything you pop in from there, the angle, your thing, man.
Right, you have to be flexible and diverse.
Right now, I don't miss Muta for today.
Yeah, Muta, the man don't miss you.
No, man, I don't miss him for today, man. So you know the angle, your thing, just like a Muta.
All right, I'm glad so I can do it for him too, you know.
And you see the people that in the rural area now, we can't get water. They must fall to the man, because you know, enough time they might blame water commissioner and enough I place them, some of them, they don't really, no water commissioner responsible for it.
All right, hold on. Before you continue, just turn your radio down a little bit because may I hear the feedback.
Oh.
All right. All right, so you said them really at fault because really and truly, and you're right, in the areas where NWC does run pipes, why are you waiting for them when the pipe don't even run it? How you gonna get water from NWC? You have to make your own way.
You have to make your own thing, and not for we. I put myself in it, not for we. Because right now we just fall on me there in a central Westmoreland, you know.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of water because I make preparations for water. I want more things to make preparations for water, but I just have one thing as though I have it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But enough of them can't do better, but they not do it. You know, I still don't wait for NWC.
No, and you know, it's a style where we as Jamaican people need to change. We can't just sit down and wait for
NWC all the while.
or JPSR, government, or anybody. Some of the things...
But for right now, when you take all the government things, not right for you in 2.5 million people, you know. For real, man.
For real. The majority is not. We aren't the people. The majority, I know who really benefit from anything what them say.
No, that's what I tell them, because we the small people, we have to put ourselves, find you, me, come down and small people.
Yeah.
And you uplift, you kind of uplift certain things with we listen to you. The people, them when I big authority, they not do nothing, man.
For real, just be
talking. Some people that talk about Sister P and Mr. Wholeness, them the people, they not do nothing for we.
Well, them claim so them have this and that, and from poverty to prosperity and this and people power and all these things.
Well, my man, where they come from up in England, you know, they come down. The man don't have me not see where my contact about, because nobody not tell you where my contact about.
Well, we hope, so then we tell you before next Wednesday, see?
See, man.
All right.
So, Amber,
yes.
More people want to call, but guess what now? We run the thing, man. Just run the thing and keep it up.
Yes.
Up, Amber.
Big up yourself.
Run it. Have a good evening.
You too. Thanks for calling.
Respect. Tell Muta to not come back in.
No, I can't tell him that because I miss him too. When me there one on a Thursday, let me tell you, it's the only way the radio move up and down in the house for follow back on me, whatsoever me I do, is when Muta dep on the radio. So, big up Muta. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Steppn Razor.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Yeah, good afternoon, Lady Amber.
Yes.
Big up yourself on the program, you know.
Thange you.
Big up Muta, we're gone, we said we're still.
Yes.
Well, it's a Shane call from Mount Prospect.
Yeah.
There's a call towards the Prime Minister, David Cameron. Yeah, we are coming down here. Next week, Thursday, them say.
Next Wednesday.
Right now, Muta did play a thing on the program with some white guy where he has said some things about black people. Yeah, and right now, I just saw them one day, I will continue to see black people as, you know, right now, I'm not saying nothing come here still, but I don't like the vibes of him coming here, because England do we a whole heap of things, and do other country a whole heap of things too.
Yeah.
So right now, them not really fit on me a car for black people. Them just try to come get something from black people.
But they never were, because remember, said them is at the root of our biggest problem.
Yeah. So right now, we believe about that, but as well, we and I leaders still now, so them know where them want to still, but we the people now be admit to everything where them come with and where them say still. Yeah, but we love the work where you are doing. We love the work where Muta do, because he's a revolutionist too, you know, because he's a black man. And black people, Africa, my home, that said where me always say Africa is a little young youth. I always say Africa, my home.
Love that.
Yeah, so right now, I say big up all the taxi driver them run from Mandeville to Mount Prospect. Big up themselves and them lads.
All right.
MP Peter Phillips' son, when he Michael Phillips. He might do good job, so big him up as a politician. We not really love them, enough for them still, but for him doing job, we have to give me props to you. So I say, yeah, man.
Right.
So take care of yourself and big up Muta the general. You don't know one general, because real revolutionist, we have to big him up.
Him love me, I see, I love him too, because I listen right now.
Oh, you mean at the boss right now? If he come in December, come on Monday one at the time, I'll know. Me not get to see him, so anytime him come.
Anyway, I'm going to know so people are going to go there. So big up yourself, see?
Big up yourself, really.
All right, bless. Yeah, so we get back on the topic of the water thing now with the people over in Kingston. What a hard life, eh? Only 2 times a week they'll be getting water in their pipes. And it's because of the persistent drought. Now, this drought, it come by a few things. Not only because it's dry time sometime, but I feel like it all goes back to how we've been treating the earth, how we've been treating nature, who provide water and everything, as a matter of fact, that we need. The source is at nature. Them say water is life. So now people have to start in like the Mona area and in that side of the corporate area, and I feel like it's spread down to Corville and them place there. It's up on the boulevard. You're not sure. It's just up that side. Because I don't want to say it's just all of Kingston or St. Andrew. It's some places. Yeah. It's all over Kingston. Neil say all over Kingston the water problem there. People have to be catching water in buckets, and sometimes you have to be careful to catch up them water there, because you can't store them water there too long. Some little things start growing out. And if no water now coming out the pipe more than twice a week, you have no choice but to store some water. Well, I would advise people to store it for, the week then, and not much longer, to try and make sure the water's safe. Make sure take precaution with the water one I get as well. But I don't know it's rough. You see, if you're living in the country now, you might know somebody with a tank, and you can always go there and get some water. You might know a river or a spring. It's a whole heap of time I see people down on the roadside there, right near Duns River there. So on the road the water come out, even near Dolphin Cove, the people just go on full water. And the people in the corporate area, them not have that. Because would I want to call that a luxury now if you have a river nearby? No, this water thing is a serious thing. It can cause so many frustrations. People who used to wash them here all 2 times for the week, all once a month, no, you have to wash that natty day. How that go? You used to take 3 showers a day, you have to take 2 now. 1. Someone does say 1 and wipe up. No. And a joking thing. What we're gonna do about the water, and also then on the side of the NWC now, we don't know say our water system is not necessarily the best or the most perfect. We know we have pipe problem, we have cleaning the water problem, we have all kind of water problems. So it's rough on the people then when something like a basic necessity such as water is only being offered twice a week. Do they have water trucks in Kingston? In the country area, water truck run up and down and you can pay people for bringing some water. One of them have that at town, like private people do that. Well, hopefully, because the twice a week something that sounds sticky. Yeah.
Nadine Sutherland is focusing solely on her musical career after completing her master's in cultural studies at the University of the West Indies. With 2 new singles in the pipeline, the veteran entertainer says she is concentrating on her fans who have been awaiting her long return.
Basically, I'm out of school. Yeah, man. Don't do that. Now back into the music full blast. Ready for do it. I was doing a master's in cultural studies at the University of the West Indies. Was a classroom setting. I had to go on campus, but I wasn't doing a lot of singing. A master's take a lot of work. Then after I had to do the researching, and it took like a whole year, I really had to just like somewhat pause a little and just say, I know I always have music and I always will come back to music and I'm back to my music. And I know that my fans will, they're waiting on me. I'm here.
Meanwhile, Nature, who is fresh off his European tour, is gearing up to utilize his entrepreneurial skills. The entertainer is preparing for the opening of his sports bar and grill this Friday. He says the bar, which is a collaborative effort between him and his brothers, will cater to a variety of patrons.
Me and my two brothers, we just open a bar and grill on the Olympic Way, and I'm going to be celebrating my birthday. It's called Stress-Free Sports Bar and Grill. Yeah, we're going to be celebrating the opening and my birthday this coming Friday. You're going to have free Wi-Fi for whenever you come there. Right. You know what I mean? You can watch your sports, Fox, you know what I mean, all these things. As a sports bar.
Both entertainers were speaking with Kishima Francis and DJ Bones last evening on the E-Buzz. Now, is Aishana hinting that she may be pregnant? Well, the Down Sound Records artist posted a photo of a sonogram on her social media page, which had the words 12 weeks and 4 days. The photo, which is on Instagram, has the caption, "I'm so excited right now," with the hashtags "unexpected news," "God is good," "baby is a blessing," and "can't wait for this bundle of joy to arrive." Aishana posted the pic after her ex-fiancé Selector Foota Hype welcomed his daughter over 2 months ago. Efforts by Music News to reach Aishana proved futile. Now the Jamaican entertainers and musicians have a gap to fill in Europe. So says the head of contractor music marketing, Sean Edwards, who was in the United Kingdom promoting Jamaican music. He says booking agents are willing to work with more artists because the urban music genre needs more artists who can fill that gap.
We met with several booking agents, and these booking agents are interested in doing the work and bringing in more artists, because the genre there is so different. You have not just dancehall, you have garage, drum and bass, dubstep, and you have dub, so all of that urban music now, you need different artists to fill that genre, and it's a wide open market right now.
Sean says he and his team are able to promote Jamaican music so that upcoming entertainers will be able to reap the rewards.
Take on the music work, marketing it to the four corners, and also getting it to the direct urban market that they have there in London. We get to really promote the product, brand Jamaica, and big up the music, big up the industry to its highest, so that, years from now, other artists can reap the rewards.
The music marketer participated in the One Love Festival, which was headlined by Third World and featured Rory from Stone Love. Hey party fans, draw closer, turn your radio up for the 411 on What's Poppin' this weekend. On Saturday, September 26th, the Panex Regional 2 will take place at Dump Up Beach in Montego Bay. The event kicks off at 12 p.m. and goes on till 8 p.m. There will be live performances from Beanie Man, Ching Ching, and Burt Levy. Admission for Panex Regional 2 is free. Also on Saturday, September 26th, Busy Signals 2020 Helping Hands Foundation charity event will be held at the Grand Bahia Principe Hotel in Runaway Bay, St. Anne. The event, dubbed the first annual Gala Ball, starts at 7 p.m. and will feature live performances from Esco Levi, Chris Martin, D Major, and IKEA. Admission for Busy Signals 2020 Helping Hands charity event is $10,000. On the international scene, Chris Brown may be denied entry into Australia because of officials from that country say the Rihanna beating makes it clear he's not a fit character to enter their borders. He was scheduled to tour in the country in December, but immigration officials have said, quote, "People need to understand if you are going to commit domestic violence and then you want to travel around the world, there are going to be countries that say to you, you cannot come in because you are not of the character we expect in Australia," end quote. The Prime Minister of Australia has echoed the sentiment, saying it was brilliantly expressed. According to TMZ, there were protests in Australia over the singer's planned tours in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and Perth. The visa hasn't yet been denied. Brown's applications for visas have been rejected in Britain, Canada, and New Zealand. Despite the controversy surrounding his entry, Chris posted a statement on Instagram saying he'll be in Australia in December. Winston Bowen, aka Bo P, celebrating his birthday today. And this day in music in 1979, the Wailers held a benefit concert at the National Arena. And in 2003, singer-songwriter Matthew J. died after falling from a 7th-story window in London. He was 24 years old.
Everybody be irate. You got to know yourself. Say use to yourself. You're living in a perilous time. Many find it so hard to survive. Many scar no speak racial pride. And all the questions we ask is why? Cause in this time, false leaders will captivate minds. So no learn, execute and rise. A Babylon will trick you under the sky eyes. The generation wide, the status quo is what them want you believing. You're in the genocide, them want you delete it. With mass genocide, them use for defeat. We no race assimilation, gentrification start to creep in. Boom! I hear the guns them blasting. Another one you chop out, tube him dark skin. Racial profile stop and frisk without asking. Then them shoot you down. The greatest weapon of your breast is the mind of your breast. So you try know your next best. The system designed so the elite keep you repressed and down pressed. For your future there's no success. The victim, the black woman with shame and scorn and transgress. Exposing body parts and flesh. Misguiding the useless education seems so far-fetched. No solution so them can't solve it. The children cry, cause we living in a perilous times. Many find it so hard to survive. And now the questions we ask is why? Cause in this time, false leaders will captivate minds. So no learn, execute and rise.
Generation Y, that's the sound of far right, the future. No, can I tell you, Jamaica is full of talent. Sounding very positive on that one. It's 15 minutes now before we get to 5 o'clock. And you remember the numbers 9745051, 9745079, 9745043, and 6180352. So we see for a little while now the discussions going on with different public sector workers and the government, and none of it looks like it's going well at all. You know, some people have to end up make some compromise and accept some things where them say them originally wouldn't accept, but you know, something is better than nothing, and that's what them put with. So yeah, now it's the nurses that are undergoing this negotiation process with the government, and it's over outstanding reclassification monies. And so far it's as me said, none of these discussions seem to be going the way of the public sector workers or going good at all. It's more like ending up with a compromise. So the Nurses Association of Jamaica met with representatives from the Ministries of Finance, Public Service and Health. That was on Tuesday. And that meeting follows a 2-day sick out by nurses last week to pressure government to pay them the money or monies owed under the reclassification exercise. A statement from the NAJ last evening says Tuesday's meeting facilitated open and frank discussions among all parties. And the NAJ also says that Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips mandated that the Ministries of Finance and Health meet again today. So that meeting, we understand, is underway right now. So we don't really have, you know, anything out of that yet, but I'm sure we will. But in the meantime, the NAJ says it remains resolute and steadfast in its position. That the teacher them did say to, you know, I wonder what going to happen there. All right. Steppn Razor, good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yes, welcome to the program.
Yeah, we're getting some water up here, but a lot of rain now.
Where is this?
In Glengorf, we're getting good rain, and we get water 2 times for the week. So we get, the place getting baptized.
So what you say? You get the water 2 times for the week from what? The NWC?
The NWC.
Okay, and then rain is fun. So you have your catchment system set up?
No, we remember say we do. Some people complain hard, you know, but we live near a river, some river.
Okay.
Up in Glengorf, so we have to just enjoy ourselves. Some people have to go miles for water.
Yeah, man.
So we are right. Some people complain of everything, but some people get it so easy. I can tell you too, sometimes exercise in the morning, go for 4 pounds of water, so sweet and nice.
Hey, sometimes you can't tell that to the people that live in a corporate area, though them don't know about that.
Yeah, you have to try, Amber. You have to try everything. That's why I even enjoy walking in the road, telling the people, the children to learn, to go to school and learn something, you know. And so that enjoy me, give me vibe. Big up DJ Neil from DJ. I'm really testified, Barry back.
Yeah.
So we all understand that we have to try to fight for ourselves. We have to fight for ourselves. Everybody is depending on politicians, this and that. They must make sure your children are educated. Make sure your children are educated. And if a child don't learn, he can turn back right from the parents. Because you can't put on $100, $200. So you have to make certain make preparation for yourself. You know. Then that's why I say I'm the root for the youth. You have to make sure teach the youth them and guide them, and not your children alone. You know. Other people's children.
Of course.
Other people's children, you have to try to talk to them. Because the youth, them people want to hold me and youth, they rap so easy. But I tell them the right from wrong, and them love Barry Box. I want somebody to give them a chance. So big up DJ Neil.
Yes, man, I hear you.
Bob Clark, you know. I respect GT Taylor.
Yes.
Every time I respect, yeah.
All right, bless up.
Yeah.
Now the advancement for humanity.
All right, so we have another caller online. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program. Hello? Hello? Look like that one, they're gone, Neil.
You got to know yourself,
So we're really hoping that on the, on the nurses' behalf, that them can come out feeling pleased. Because I feel like even the people that walk away accepting something, they're not necessarily pleased with what they get, because they've been put on hold, a lot of them. They've been made promises which, are just really empty promises. And when the teachers, the police officers, the nurses, the pharmacists, when all these public sector workers become disheartened and disgruntled, does the government really expect a fully functioning workforce? Do they really still expect that? They expect that these people who can barely meet their needs and have been promised this and that are going to be happy to go out and take care of sick people with a smile on their face? I wonder that. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Steppn Razor.
DJ Amber?
Yes.
Oh, get me the message a while ago.
I didn't hear you. Say that again.
I say, me call in a while ago for large up like Stone Love Sound.
Oh, no, we never get that.
Oh, my. So, what is about it then? Because we don't want large up Stone Love Sound,
Well, then you just did.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So, we talk about GT Taylor, the education from here.
Okay, all right. Bless up, Sin.
No father figures to stand firm with our ladies. Immoral and spiritual intoxicated, bamboozled like the days of slavery. Well then, not time to be shocked and jive. Can't make social media control our lives. Then use technology to destroy mankind. But the questions we ask is why the children cry.
Yes, so we are saying it's like, sometimes these public sector workers, we forget that they are not machines programmed by the government to do their jobs. They are human beings too. They come under pressure, them have stress, them they work, I wonder, them are going to send them children to school. They have that on their minds while, putting in an IV or something. Them can make mistake too. They go under a lot. And then the environment, now especially the nurses. Now, I have been to hospitals and public health facilities and seeing, some of the conditions that these people have to work in. Even just sometimes the smell of these places can be a big turn off. Now, if it's like that for someone visiting the hospital, imagine what it's like for them working there. It's not an easy job for them to get up, put on them uniform looking nice and clean and go work in somewhere that is not so clean. To work in somewhere that the pressure of taking care of the people that they have to take care of starts to become personal. When a nurse have to go in her bag and buy a bottle of water, give a patient, it might look like just $100, but it's much more than that. When she has to tie a plastic bag around her hand instead of having latex gloves in order to handle someone else's blood, Those are the types of things that we're talking about. And you have nurses and public sector workers who are still so committed that despite all of this, and they're still going along hoping that it's going to change soon. And they see the deterioration of the system. They see what the people face. They have family members who go to the hospital. You know, some of them, they come off late night shifts and they have to take public taxi home. So you want to tell me the government can provide the bus? Like, what about some of these grants that the country gets? What about some of the contributions from corporate Jamaica? These are things that should be on the agenda. Taking care of the public sector workers in their day-to-day activities. Things like leaving work at 1 in the morning and not having any form of staff transportation. If you want to get home, quote unquote, safely, you have to then hire a private taxi to take you home because maybe there isn't any route taxi at the time, a morning, or whoever know. Maybe you don't have no money for paying no private taxi. You know, these are the harsh realities that the nurses are facing. So I am hoping that meeting that is going on, that the outcome will be somewhat different from what we have seen with the teachers and the police and the firemen. And you know what really irks me is the fact that these people are so important to the overall running of the country. They are the people who are, you know, at the forefront of dealing with the citizens. The MPs are not. The Prime Minister is not. The ministers are not. It is these people that actually represent the government, really, if you think about it. And I don't think there's one part of the private sector where people are happy or even content then. You know, you might have one and two who have a little position with little perks, so them all right. But to them one and two, they know where I say, it can't just be about you being all right. It have to be about the whole group being all right. Some people might say, all right, well, you know, the demands are too many and the resources are not enough. Yes, we know that. But when the resources are there and not being distributed in the right and proper way, then we find these things happening where nurses have to be waiting years and years to be paid these retroactive monies, and everybody else, you know, all the other issues that are coming up. So I think it is time that the government really looks, and not just the government, but the opposition as well, look and see that all these sectors which are bawling out, all these sectors which are begging for some attention and saying, look, it is full time now, we get this and we get that, to realize that this state that we are in is a serious state. It's dire. Know that word there? Dire. Is a dire situation. And if it continues that way, not only will we continue to have brain drain with the nurses going away. You know, say, I know just about, I can't count the amount of nurses and nurses assistants that I know who are overseas, but they're Jamaican and they studied here. Not only will that continue, and then we are left with little to work with the healthcare, but you will also find that the ones who are here, they will end up trying to do something else that will pay them better, because you have teachers right now who are managers. You have nurses who are, you know, doing other things. So we just hope that everything works out good for the nurses.
Oh no, and I said this is a revolution time, you know. And this is the way we're gonna take our rightful place. Babylon, you're losing again, hey. And I said the youths ain't giving it. Oh no, this is just the beginning. What a world we live in it. Oh Lord. Hey, warriors must skylark on a mission. It hard not the Gideon, but broaden your vision with class and precision. The weakness of a man is in the art of decision. No make them try to lure you with them faulty religion. Them take what we reach is confiscate belong. So now we got to fight for the place that we belong. Dirty hard politician, when I need them permission, just trample Babylon. Aye, Babylon, you can't get away, get away. Come talk to the youth them now. Hey, remember you reap what you sow. Hey, remember you reap what you sow. You can't get away, get away. Why? It don't make sense to run. Hey, tomorrow you're not to the sun. Why? tomorrow you're not see this. Right now the pressure bust the pipe. It over pull the cup. We people them a fight. You think we would give up this our retribution right? So what you do to Marcus? You blind to use them side, that's why them getting caught up. Instead of set the people free, you come in with a ship. You think so that you win, you must see mad, you get the trick. Remember you cannot escape, cause them your youth are well equipped. A Rastafari looking at your face and tell you this. Babylon you can't get away, get away. Come talk to the youth them now. Hey, remember you reap what you sow. Hey, remember you reap what you sow. You can't get away, get away. Why? It don't make sense to run.
This one's for all the politicians them. Sure, inna your face them a smile up. Behind your back of money them a pile up. Try to start your business and them quick for spoil up. Hey, well done, Mr. Politician Man. You done a wonderful job at tear down with country demolition man. Sibbly bang, well done, Mr. Politician Man. You done such a great job selling out with country with your business plan. Well, you forget a round of applause for all the work you're doing. Decisions where you make will left the country in a ruins, yo. Strictly personal gain you're pursuing, so the tax rate higher than the planes where you're fluing. We gon' make you deal with the IMF, knowing on a box style, on a sugar cane left. The hotels and the beaches, the Spanish them go screeching. Me no know how you do it, but all me have to say is well done, Mr. Politician Man. I must congratulate you. You done a wonderful job at tear down with country demolition man.
Walks inside of the Steppn Razor. All right, so we'll go back to the phone lines. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to the program.
Yes, Kishima.
This is Amber.
Kishima.
This is not Kishima. This is Amber.
Oh, Amber.
Yes.
Yes. Well, this is Jesus from out Freetown, Clarendon.
What's up, Jesus?
Yeah, I'm there on the day. I stay and listen to you, know. I like how you work the program. You hold the program like how Muta hold the program, baby.
All right.
Trust me.
Good to
I love that. I mean, they have some time to touch up, but with Muta.
All right.
So we just want to make a small big up, please.
All right.
Yeah, big up to all Freetown Clarendon, Innovator Sean this year. Article and the whole works. Wild Rush, Isoka, whole works. All of they are tuning into your mama. I'm back.
All right. Bless up.
Yeah, Jesus said that. Bless up yourself. Tell me.
Jesus. Yeah.
Take it this life element.
Maybe it's only like, you know, we and some people in the Western world find it unusual. Say, because some people are quarreling and say, oh, he might come call himself Jesus. You know the amount of Jesus that did exist? A whole heap. So pick up Jesus.
Crucify
here we go again, caller. Welcome to the program. Steppn.
Amber, good evening.
Yes, sir. Good evening to you too.
Yeah, what's up?
Nothing much. Who is this?
You speak okay, right, Thailand.
To who?
To Satan.
We all said Jesus call and now Satan?
Yes, I'm Satan.
So what go on now? Hello?
Hello, yes, I'm here.
Yeah, where you from? Where you from?
I'm from Milkra in Clarendon.
So to Jesus call you feel say you must call too?
No, I'm Satan.
Then that me say, brethren, Jesus calls, so Satan decide for call too. Cause it's like them say one not do without the other, don't. The good and the evil, the yin and the yang.
I'm Jesus' disciple, you know.
What you say? So what's up? What you want to talk about?
Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself.
Oh, all right. So you see, I was right, you know, Neil. I was so right. The only reason Satan call, I choose Jesus call. Like Satan, I say, you think you're more than me? Speaking of Satan, you know, I have a good virgin in Sav named Satan, and him don't deserve that name, they know a good youth. Satan, big up yourself. Sav Lamar Massive, good evening to you. I'm afraid we take it. I wonder if I God. Can we get Jesus and Satan in? I wonder if God check in.
No.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, good
Amber.
afternoon.
Amber?
Yes, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. Who is this?
A Wayne man from Portmore.
Thank
God. Love how you're going to the program today. I'm big up Mutabaruka anyway, I'm there on the planet Earth.
Yeah, man, he's in Ghana.
Yeah. What you talk about are some real serious issues, you know, Amber. And this goes to show the people and say, right now, we're still under slavery. No matter what the big job, police, nurse, and fireman, you know, we're still under the slave master control.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's even wicked upon the people who are work nothing.
Right.
Minimum wage. You see me, all them people who are work all now, some of them big hotel there. And now get nothing. You know, it's wicked upon them with transportation wise. 5,600 can't take care of children and yourself.
For real.
You know, government know that, and government well know that too.
It can't take care of one child, don't say children.
Can't even take care of one somebody, much less to take care of children.
Yeah.
And government know that. And wicked them wicked. And with Cameron, him a come.
But we're not here. Why am I come about yet? You know,
yeah, hold on, Amber. Chronics did say, when Obama did come, everybody did go against Chronics. And I say, Chronics said, Barack Obama, waste man. But enough people don't even know the context where Chronics did say that in. Because when we did go to him about pardon Marcus Garvey, they said that was a waste of time. So with Cameron, him come, him see a bigger waste man. Because when I come with to deal with the LBGT issues, I will burn that Sunday.
Well, so when him coming Wednesday, is Wednesday him coming? So what's happening in Halfway Tree on Sunday?
The liar, Christian liar, them have a anti-gay protest
okay.
in a Halfway Tree.
All right. Because we see them making, you know, even though we say, all right, we not discriminate against nobody in a this forum, but we see where it is a big agenda and that cannot be denied.
Yes, sir, man.
All right, brethren, thanks.
Who really fight for the rights of the poor and the suffering people and who really struggle?
Which should be a bigger agenda. Poverty should be our number one agenda. But then again, he's coming from England. He's not us. And for them, agenda is not our
agenda.
Yeah.
Bless up, Amber. Go and do the thing.
Big up.
Bless.
Welcome to the Steppn Razor. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Hello.
Good evening, Amber.
Yes, good evening, sir. How you doing?
I'm good, boy. I get a good laugh a while ago, boy.
Yeah, where you laugh about now?
That call and then Satan call.
Me I tell you, Jesus called first and then Satan. I did that think I got a while ago, but I never got. I did just win. Boy, I tell you, Jamaican people special.
Then at the New York, I'm going to listen to your program still, you know.
Yes.
Come on, because my little sister today her birthday, Shanika Green for First St. Mary.
Yes, And
my sister-in-law died today her birthday, so on her anniversary. Come on, big up yourself, Jai, anyway you're there.
Okay. Where in New York are you?
I'm in Montauk, New York.
Where that?
You can't find that in Long Island. This is the last part of Long Island.
The last
final
part.
destination of Long Island.
Okay,
yeah,
sir. All right. But you see, that's what Irie does. I mean, no matter where you go, we are there. So big up yourself and thanks for listening.
No matter where me go, Irie is there.
All right. Big up,
Irie there, Amber.
Yeah, man, we give thanks for that.
Big up all Lexi and Mega Street, man. A papa, you know.
All
big
right.
up on yourself.
Bless up, see?
You know what I'm listening, you know.
Yes, yeah, man, how you mean, man? All right, respect.
Yeah, man, my mother and father, and you look on yourself, too.
All right.
First St. Mary.
Yeah, man, take care of yourself.
All right,
alongside Chronics. Our Chronics I do want them. Protege and Kabaka go calm them.
Jaja gravel, I no stumble, no baffle, I still I see so damn. I am strong and be happy, but no laugh with nobody. I still see so damn.
Alright, so it's 19 minutes after 5 and we won't keep our callers waiting. Good afternoon, welcome to the Steppn Razor. Hello?
Hello, Amber.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Oh, great, man. Great to get you. A long time me a hold.
Really? Who this?
A Santana man from Stony. My big up, man. Me like how you handle the program, you know.
Thank you. I'm flattered. Thank you so much.
I say, it could be like a mutant in the theory. So, that is a thing you show, you know. You show the ladies can do what the man do and still be a lady, you know.
Of course. Yes, in
this sense. Man. Respect, enough respect here.
Give thanks. Thank you so much.
Man. So just big up everybody who work at IRFL, you know, see?
All right. Respect.
Yes, I'm going to big up the whole of the little store ninja, too, see?
Yeah, man. All right.
So just guidance and protection, and man, just take care of yourself,
Thank you, Santana. Bless up.
Enough respect,
all right.
Make a wrong step and see how quick them denounce you. But I still see I federal, me happy side separal mean for me.
All right, welcome to the Steppn Razor. Good afternoon. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Well, I'm here listening to you.
Oh, great. At that we want, man. We want you to say Irie all the way. Enjoying the program?
Yeah, man.
All right, so what's up?
Well, lots of things are up, you know, Amber. You know, the color you represent is what?
What you talk about?
The name Amber.
Don't trap me, you know.
Me not trap you, man. I bring you right into the light.
I don't trick me.
No, me have trick you. I would never do that.
You know what Amber means already? Caution, you know.
Well, me not talk about what it means. What color is that?
Amber.
Amber, what color is it?
It's amber.
So what do you say? It is gold or yellow?
Well, some people say it's yellow, you know.
All right.
A lot of people say it's
but
yellow.
But it's in the spiritual level?
Yes.
That's a very high level. When you dip on a certain level, your aura is in gold.
Yes.
Okay, and you're amber. So you're solid as the gold.
Give thanks.
Yeah, man. So hear me now, Amber. You see with the system?
Yeah.
System is set against the masses. You understand? The money triangle set the opposite way to the people's triangle.
Right.
The people's triangle is at the base. The broad base at the bottom, right?
Right.
But the money triangle turned the opposite way. So it trickled down to the masses. And you see guys who call themselves politicians, in my book, they are politricksters.
Yeah, man, we know that, man.
Exactly. So, you know, brother, try to follow them. You understand? Because, you see, anyone and any guy or any girl, they might go lead this man, they might come with the Christ consciousness.
But you see, the thing is, if it was just a matter of people following them, but people actually like basically worshipping them and everything what them say, go so and...
People will do what?
You know, basically almost worshipping these people.
Exactly. And this is the big mistake they are making and they don't realize it.
Yeah, for real.
Guys, see, that's why I'm sure you come to the Christ consciousness, you know, this is one thing. The master not higher than the servant, and the servants are the master. You guys see all the nurses, them, who put out a certain amount of commitment. Money can't pay for people committed, you know.
Right.
The quality of service that some of them people do, money can't pay for that.
For real.
And the greater consciousness is that them use money to enslave us, Amber.
Yes.
But we are going to kick that, you know. We are use money and get rid of money. I want you to go up on the net. I want you to check out a bridge named Michael Tellinger, because we are come to Ubuntu consciousness.
Michael Tellinger?
Tellinger.
Tellinger. All right, may we do that. See you, Elder?
Bless up.
All
Respect.
right, thank you.
Every time.
Them on a warrior, so leave me be. Me no itch up on me yard and watch TV screens. Me dep on the front line and this may come fine. Say I'm enough to take responsibility.
Alright, so we have another caller online. Good afternoon, welcome to the Steppn Razor.
Yes, Amber.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Good enough. Yes, I call if you big up yourself and I tell you say when ever miss.
Man, don't make me motor feel away, though.
No, I'm not joking. No, I make motor feel away. Right now, you see how you deal with the thing?
Yes.
The thing turn up, because right now, I call for motor East Portland.
Wow.
Yeah.
Give thanks, man.
I tell you the thing sound real, you know?
It's real, man.
Yeah, man, I tell you it's real, because I myself am excessive of Portland attack to you, you know? A.K.A. Skip, you know, you understand?
All right.
Yeah, man, and, you know, just continue to do the good work where you do. And you see the Sunday evening thing where you deal with.
Yeah.
Trust me. I love it. Just continue to deal with it. Alright?
Yeah, man. Bless up. See?
Yeah, man. A straight love and just continue hold on for the amber. Yeah. Don't make them know the color. Yeah.
Alright. I will love. See? Bless up. Yeah.
Waffle, Selassie, soda, man.
5:25. Here we go with another caller. Welcome to the Steppn Razor.
Amber.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Yes. What's going on?
Oh, go on.
Not much, man. Me just there go and hold it for motor.
Big up yourself, man.
Thank you.
Couple call from Clarendon.
So what's going on over Clarendon, you know?
Yeah, and tough still, you know.
No rain?
No rain.
Because we mostly just hear about the corporate area with it, but we know other places suffering with the drought as well. Boy, make sure not having a catchment system, whether it's the drums or whatever, for store up water when it's possible. See?
Yeah. I want to big up some people, you know?
Yeah, man, do that.
Yeah, big up Tampi. Big up Banga, Sherika, and Tia. Big up yourself, yeah?
All right, respect.
Yeah.
Bless.
Me no itch up on me yard and watch TV screens. Me dep on the front line and this may come fine. Say I'm enough to take responsibility. Me actions, me objectives and me nouns too. Make a wrong step and see how quick them denounce you. But I still see I federal, me happy side several means for me it's them surround you. All Ethiopia me happy there. Move fast like Bobo on a Saturday. Nappy head, khaki, suit, happy patchy leg. This ya Apache, ya inborn as a natty dread.
Jaja gravel, I no stumble. No baffle, I Selassie, soldier man. I am strong and me happy, but no laugh with nobody. I Selassie, soldier man.
Let them know I
I'm armed in army gear. 4 stripes for my arm it clear. So hang on, I no have no fear. Them woulda see me embalm, but a jaw and me armor here. Coulda you name Osama, this armor peer. Them have we up in a remand, a demand my share. From Jamaica to Ghana, every square inch, every corner, every crevice catch a message. We carry the fire, eat up like the Mojave. Then unpick the arm if it contradict Mugabe. From the land of freedom, fighters, readers, writers, highly the king shall guide us.
Jaja gravel, I no stumble, no baffle, I.
You know, whether you're Rasta or not, you know, whatever you represent right now, we need more revolutionary minds in Jamaica to kind of step away from the ignorance and, you know, every little thing with them trap with brain, you know, because that's the biggest problem. When your brain is caught up in something that others perpetuate on you. So right now we see where Minister of Justice, Senator the Honorable Mark Golden, is advocating for the implementation of legislation to allow Jamaicans who occupy lands for extended periods of time to acquire the title to the property. This sounds good to me. If you're living on a piece of land for some time, and the opportunity exists, you know, the land going sell then, and you become the first priority, because we really have to face the facts. If it is that the land going sell and people can't pay for it, you know that go already. Government are going to be like, okay, well, you have to come off of the land. So it would be nice if that system could be set in place where people have that option, where they know that, okay, I'm the first person that will have the opportunity to pay for this land. And well, this sounds like baby stage, because it's just him advocating for it. We are hoping that it could happen, you know, because it's a lot of people live on capture land around here, you know. Whole heap of people for years, and you know, it just is all over Jamaica. It's not like it's just certain place that happened. So the minister is contending that such legislation would help the many families in Jamaica who live in this situation. And Minister Golden said that the government recognizes that land reform and titling of land are critical for economic and social development in the country. As such, he said that the initiatives have been put in place, such as Land Administration and Management Program, it's called LAMP, to make the process of acquiring land easier. So, well, it seems from this that LAMP doesn't at the moment have it set up for, if you live on the land, then you have the first priority to buy the land. So hopefully they can get that in, because it's really the cost of land why a lot of people end up on these capture lands.
Good God of grace, Lord will, I have His mercy. I miss an old slave driver, time is catching up on you. Old slave driver, I know your sins them are on. So carry we go home, I bring the brown east, well, I'm on a Rastaman, a Rasta no live on no capture.
Electronics of the whole world are capture land, and believe me, a lot of people live on capture land. Want big up some of them people there right now, because you know some of them never have no choice. Them need to leave them parents and them grandparents home, and them don't know what to do, so them just start with a little shack on a piece of capture land until now. Them could live all 2 story AC and bag of things where enough we live in the city and all, but don't have. Steppn Razor, good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
All right, so far.
Yes, what's going on?
Yeah, may I say, me I talk about water problem thing.
Yeah.
May I say, I just an idea still. May I say, you know, if we organize a thing, or may I say, build a thing where everybody get together and we build some heavy duty, like say, boat, water tanker, we can dock in any region around the country and pump off water to people directly, where the government set it up or the people them organize something.
So like some big water trucks?
Like, no, water tanker, sail on waters.
Okay.
That means that we can carry one water tanker, one container, we can carry 100, we can have some, we can carry 10, we can have some, we can carry 50. That means if we want 1 million or 1,000 gallons of water or 10,000 gallons of water or 1 million gallons of water, we know a size boat to sail with the amount of water.
Yes.
But we have water them like say in a certain harbour, Port Harbour, Port-Morant Harbour. Anyway, we can't get the water them from, but have enough water same way we can send out through bamboo, because our bamboo water pipe is a good thing we can assist same way. That means anyway water there, we have things that bore bamboo them. You see me I say? So boring the bamboo them now. I bore the bamboo them now. The bamboo water pipe now we can send. Anyway, we can't get water from. Suppose we can get a dozen bamboo water pipe off of one river, off of one water source. We use a dozen from a direction there. But if we can get 25 off of one next source, we can send it in a certain harbour and have them water tanker there store up straight. You see me I say? So when we get cars, say, all right, Kingston short of water. We say they want 1 million gallons today, or 2 million gallons. We can't just, so we drive out a boat, we have that done store up and in a harbour already, see, and we load up more water tankers straight.
That sounds good. So, it sounds good, right?
Yeah, man, you can't do something, man. You can't do bigger things, same way. You can't only water them can carry.
But
the one who can't carry water, you can't carry anything, same way, you know.
Hear what happened now? All of that sounds good, and me appreciate the suggestion, see? Because, as you say, certain places in Jamaica always have water, and then some places now short of water. So, if we can put something in place with the transportation, that would be good, but...
Yeah, but by sea, it would have helped. In enough region where if on the sea line, if the connection them can make all. Anyway, see there, if you have a community face support with the water, you can make a connection, come there, so from the boat, come there, you can pump it, go yonder, same way. You see me I say? When you have a connection from the different community, them come to the sea, we just have water tanker, we can come pump off water. If them people want water if they want them tanks full up, suppose one man want 10,000 gallons of water. They can call a tanker drive and go in another region and pump off water again, same way. And we want to set up a way where if they want it, we stay till them done do them business. And they want a reload. We have a reload figure.
Well,
you see me have to anchor this the same way. You see me I say?
Yeah.
So something can go on still, but just an idea still.
Yes. And it sounds like a good idea. It would have just take we hope that somebody from either the government or the NWC, can really listen now. Hopefully them are listen and hear.
Yeah, but may I say, if we all depend on them alone still now. We still can organize something and put something together same way, Suppose it's a business and we can buy shares tonight. Suppose $7 a share. A man can buy 1 share. Suppose a man want buy 10 shares same way. You see me I say a man getting mark up a business I do same way.
We understand, but you see the level of the thinking now in general, and this is no disrespect to the people, but in general the level of thinking is not there yet, Brethren. But thank you so much for the suggestion, and we hope that somebody is thinking along the line. See?
Enough more things for it still.
All right, so we're going to take one more call and then we go to news. Thank you for listening.
Bless.
Like you never done with me, But now, I feel like I'm going to talk to you, Bridget, some more. I'm told him, man. Sure. Hello, caller. Welcome.
Amber.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Jesus again in Amber.
Where I say you did conquer the Satan, not true?
Well, I'm a mummy cause one Satan man call a while ago.
Yes.
You see which part I come from, mummy? I tell you me get in here. My people them in a pitch crowd me, Freetown, Clarendon.
Why? Because you're so good?
No, I know because they say me favor Jesus from me a little bit of boy.
Wait, I say, but me think they show one picture with one white man, a white man.
Amber. Mommy, I'm an artist, but I'm a Sean developer and innovator.
All right, bless up yourself, see?
Over Lansville Park.
All right, big up. We're out of time.
I'm like a sturdy big man.
All right, thank you so much.
I'm white, I'm name White Perdex, you know.
All right.
AKA White Perdex, that me use for my posters and my dance, them White Perdex.
All right, bless up yourself.
Me's a promoter, mama.
All right, sir.
Yeah, I'm keep all heap of dance, and a long time I listen, running Africa, everything.
Bless up yourself.
The thing up, booby.
All right.
Let me tell you that.
Yes. No, a booby him go. And that him pick. No, you hear the man say them tell him same look like Jesus, and eventually him same white. So, I don't know. And that him just say. And before we go, this just in. Hundreds of Clancarty high school students to remain home And the Minister of Education has come out saying that it is really because of the shortage of furniture, which is caused by destructive students at the school. The Minister of Education says he's concerned about the destruction of furniture at the school, and he argues that given the country's financial position, the leadership of the schools must ensure that the infrastructure is adequately cared for. It also says that Mr. Thwaites and officials from Clancarty High School in Kingston, they are in a meeting to discuss the furniture shortage, which has caused hundreds to remain home already. Children destroying furniture at school to the point where hundreds of students have to stay out of school. That's all like no bench, no day. You know what? If the picnic them mash up the chair them and the desk them and destroying things at school, me feel like some of the parents them need to give them own plastic chair for walk with or something. Or replace the furniture at the school. How can children go to school and be so destructive that it disrupts school in general and other students have to be suffering from it? I don't know. That just sound like them I watch too much of them cartoon. Where them cartoon their name? The cartoon them where talk about taking over the world and being evil and all these things. What could have really caused children to mash up so much furniture? So, well, we hope that it is not so, because it's on a way still enough for children to say that children have destroyed all these furniture to the point where hundreds cannot go to school. So we're going to get to the bottom of that. Them some enough said the meat in a motor show. So not the bottom. Sorry, motor. No bottom and no meat to your thing. So we're going to get to the veggie of it. I'm sure the news department and Samantha. Oh no, she says she's Kim Kardashian today. A motor gear the name and me endorse it. Me not tell no lie. All right, people, guess what? Time is up in the Steppn race. I want to thank you so much for sharing your time with me this afternoon. It's been my pleasure, my honor, covering the Steppn Razor on behalf of Mutabaruka, who is in Ghana. All right, so until we meet again, which will be tomorrow morning, I'll be in to give you the wake-up call 6 to 10 a.m. My name is Amber. Remember now, people, keep it conscious. Scene. Big up to Mutabaruka. Samantha, thank you so much. My production assistant, and of course to Neil. Thank you for the music, brother. Yes, and to everybody who listened and who called in, enough respect. And you all stay airy. News and sports are up next.
Education Minister Ronald Thwaites says adequate furniture will be in place for Clancarty High School come Monday.
St. Anne Police and Fire Department still clearing roadblocks mounted today by residents of the Prickly Pole community.
5 firearms and 98 rounds of ammunition seized in the past 24 hours under the Get the Guns campaign.